everybody out there in Facebook land, TikTok world, and YouTube, Instagram, all those places that all these will be featured into. Today is the exciting day. Yes, it is. Today's the exciting day. And we will be talking, as you see behind me on TikTok right here, Tomorrow Girl, Chica del Mañana. It is the upcoming title for Antarctic Press. I was one of the, I don't know how many uh, people got involved with this, but it is basically through and funded by Antarctic Press. No, I'm not making any money off of this um, yet. Hopefully, I will. Um, from Mr. Ben Dunn, who is one of the co founders of Antarctic Press way back in the day. What is happening here is that we will be previewing some of their upcoming titles. Like this is Tomorrow Girl number 11 that you see behind me. Dun, dun, dun. That's the main character right there, Tomorrow Girl. Now, you guys up here don't get to see that, but you can um, go and check this out. This book drops, I'm assuming this month. I don't know exactly when this title drops just yet. But it does have a March 2025 date on the publisher page. Um, Tomorrow Girl, in this particular issue, is helping out a friend of hers, Winter Wolf, who is the granddaughter of El Lobo Blanco, Mexican wrestling, if you will. Think Rey Mysterio from whichever universe he's in, WWE, UFC, not UFC, ECW. I'm not sure which realm he wrestles in anymore because they jump hands on a regular basis. Been doing some painting today, but we're going to talk about Tomorrow Girl first. And I do have, the cover here so you get to see it right here. The full cover. I just went ahead and did a quick printout of this so you can see it. No, it's not the physical comic book, so it does not look like this. What they're wanting us to do is give an honest review of the comic book itself, the writing, the artwork, all of the stuff from the colors to just the magnitude of the book itself. And so we're going to be doing this periodically. He gives us PDFs drops on Fridays, and so we'll be talking about Antarctic Press. They call this the Superverse, and so it's very. This is the 40th anniversary of Antarctic Press, so it's been around for 40 years. So those of you that are 40 years old or younger may never have even heard of this comic series or comic company. But Ben Dunn is a pretty cool dude. Uh, he has done a lot in the comic industry when it comes to his own titles with Antarctic Press. And I've printed out a few pages here just so I can, show you what you're looking for or what you're going to get into whenever you get into this. So, Tomorrow Girl, the Maid of Might, number 11, March 2025 in the Superverse. Again, you've got in this comic El Lobo Blanco and Winter Wolf, two of the main characters in this title here for this particular book. It shows back in the day as the scenes open up, and the artwork is very, very stunning artwork. It is. This is 1986 is when this opens up in the comic book, and you see not Tomorrow Girl, but I'm assuming it's. I'm not sure who this character is right off the bat, but they're basically fighting uh, Tenebris, which is an old enemy back in the day, and they send him to hell basically with Blanco. And so through it all, pretty much like, I'm pretty sure it was Ben Dunn that said this, but every page needs to capture the viewer, is what he said with this. And that's what they try to do in this book 11 of Tomorrow Girl, is capture your attention, capture your imagination with everything. And so every page has something happening. Like this is page 3. Yeah, this is page 3 here. So you get to see, a lot of action happening. Lightning's coming down from the sky, hitting the bad guy, the main villain here. And you all can hear me out there, right? I know it's a little thrilling. I'm going through it with you so that those of you that don't read comic books or even look at comic books have an idea of what you would be getting into. So this opening book starts in 1985 and then flashes forward to present day. They've sent the villain to hell, Tenebris, and now you've got Tomorrow Woman, as they call her, not just Tomorrow Girl, and she's looking over the crowd at a wrestling match. You do have Pandora versus Winter Wolf in the ring. So this one is a wrestling comic book for this one. And if you are into that type of thing, this would be right up your alley. Now, this is again another page from the book showing the main characters, not main characters, but the characters fighting each other right here. As they enter the ring, takes a boot to the head, Winter Wolf is losing. And I'm not going to go through the whole comic book because I don't want to give away all the spoilers to it. But then she turns the tides, Winter Wolf does. But then in the crowd, they see someone creeping in to the and towards the arena. Nobody's stopping this guy. He's in a black cloak and hat, which come off as someone tries to grab him. And pretty soon you see Tenebris back from the dead or from hell, where whence they sent him back in 1986. And the action commences. Okay. So from there, the artwork is stunning. And this one was done up by, let me find the writers. Okay, you got written by Balat and Albert Asker. You got art by Hugo Aramburo. I'm trying not to butcher these names. And color by Rodo Farias. All in all, it is a long book. It is a lot of pages because not only do you get Tomorrow Girl, and I'm not sure if it's printed this way or if just the PDF, because you can get it two different ways. You can get it with the PDF version for a cheaper price, or you can buy the actual comic book itself. I'm pretty sure off of AntarcticPress.com. And so in the PDF, it comes with 2 extra stories. So I'm assuming that the book, if you have it a physical copy of the book, that it also as well comes with the 2 physical stories that are in there as well. So you're getting 3 stories in one book, and so that's a plus. So, so after Tomorrow Girl and all of its stunning work, and the if you're into wrestling, that this one was right up your alley. It's lots of color because the what are they called? The luchadors. The Mexican luchadors, which is Mexican wrestling. Um, I think I could be wrong. I could be wrong on that. If you're Hispanic, please tell me that butchering it up. The luchadors. It says that they were fighters of criminals, monsters, and scientists, mad scientists. I'm trying to see what else. Yeah, luchadors. So again, think Rey Mysterio in a comic book, and you've got it. And that is possibly where they got some of their, character designs from. Was potentially from that realm and era for Tomorrow Girl. So you don't see my normal title up here, 412 Productions. I'm Monty Anderson of 412 Productions. And we are helping out Ben Dunn spread the word on his Antarctic Press line. Again, I don't know how many influencers he put out there, or how many influencers came in and said, "Hey, we will talk about your book," um, because we're getting free access to this before it's actually published and in anybody else's hands. So the stuff that you're seeing is in the future. Oh my gosh, we're time traveling. No, we're not. But in this book, like I said, you've got Tomorrow Girl and the main book itself, which goes to page 36. So you got 36 pages of action, and well drawn, you know, women in leather outfits, and also you've got the main male villains and heroes as well, with, like I said, El Blanco, El Lobo Blanco, and Winter Wolf, the two other heroes in this, because Pandora is the one that is supposedly the bad character and part of Tenebras's lineage, I'm assuming, because the outfit is practically the same in the color scheme and everything like that. So, but like Ben Dunn said, every page needs to have something happening to capture your attention, capture your imagination, so that you want to read the next page. You want to read the next lines on that page. You don't just want to skim it and move forward. Um, and so that's basically what they've done with this creative team in the writing and the artwork. And like I said, the colors are really spot on. The colors are also very, and I'm just looking at the pictures here. To me, the color transitions don't lay in there very well. And this is just to me. Um, they're very good, but the colors could be smoother. There could be a smoother transition instead of the harshness of each color layer. And what I mean by that is, if you look on here, you can see the color layers. I mean, just in her chest alone, there should be a smooth transition down in there. And there's ways to do that, and I get it. So you can see the harshness of the actual look as it goes down to her body. And that's on all the characters. Right here, Pandora as well. The harsh light transitions here on her chest, and even down here where I'm covering my face up. Oh my goodness. Down here on the body of White Wolf, or Winter Wolf. Winter Wolf. And there's ways to smooth those out, but all in all, the colors are good. Once you get into the book, they're a lot smoother. The color transitions. So it's on the cover where the harshness falls, because in the book the color transitions are there. They're not as harsh. I mean, they are portraying leather as well. So, and that's on the inside. It's just the cover colors that are a little bit on the harsh side that could have been smoothed out a little better. But once you get inside the book, the transitioning and the colors are not as harsh, like I showed you on some of the pages already. Um, and so that blends in really well inside the book on that. So we'll get into the next chapter, which is work-life balance. It is Domo Police, which is from Morgan. It is March, Stellar, J, and Juno. All copyright by John Cohen, 2024. Domo Police is what this is called, and it is work-life balance is what it is. So you've got two female characters. Um, that is Juno, and you've got Officer Morgan, who is a witch cop, as they put it in here, officially called a Domo police officer. Domo stands for Demons, Occult, and Magical Organizations. They are Domo police. She keeps supernatural dark forces at bay. The artwork is pretty cool. It's a very stylized look to the artwork, and I'll show you here in just 1 second. So these are your two characters, Juno. Sorry, right here. There we go. Juno and Morgan, right there. Morgan is at the top. Juno's at the bottom, right here. And so this is a supernatural um, crime drama, if you will, with two female characters as your main. And it is got your action packed mixed with a little bit of realism. Because also, not only do they have artwork, they also throw in a little bit of actual photographs. And I'll show you what I mean. Like right here, you see all the artwork going on. Well, in this corner, right here, in this corner, you've got an actual photograph of a totem, uh, which represents this character. But apparently, he broke out of this statue. So they tried to represent this statue that has the crack in it. Of course, they put the crack in the statue. And they're representing it there on that same picture there. So you got the supernatural Morgan going in after this creature, and they use technology um, to get their spells out there faster because their weapons was what they call a spellcaster MK3, which is a what they say is a standard issue for these characters, for these police officers, because as they explain that spellcasting can take forever to do. So this accelerates the the spell faster in this weapon. All they have to do is say what they want. Like she says, ad infernos, ad inferosi, and it it tells the gun. It's like it says, preloaded with hexes and magic bullets, which load using keywords, and it tells you who's telling you that. Well, again, action packed. You're seeing. Hold on just a second. Give me just a second. I'm smelling some wood burning. So give me just a second. And I shouldn't be smelling any wood burning. Give me a minute. Okay, sorry, folks. I was smelling fire, and that's not cool because fire ain't supposed to be happening right now. So I guess somebody either burned last night. So I know there was some control burns going on last night in certain areas, and Chaffee was on fire last night because they do their drills over there, and they usually catch the fields on fire. So back to the story. The artwork is cool. It's in your face. Um, then you switch over to Juno, and my take is on Juno is if you ever saw, um, oh, what the hell were they called? Silverhawks back in the day. It's almost the same type of outfits for this character, and I'll show you what I mean here in just a second. Get to this page right here where action is happening. But if you remember the Silverhawks, they were dressed in these bright, shining outfits. Okay, and so the outfits were very, very bright. They were metallic. Well, this is the opposite of that because it's all dark, so you're harder to see in the night and all that good stuff. But it still has the capabilities to not take a bullet. Okay, because she's getting lit up right now by several different machine guns, and nothing's happening to her. But then she breaks out all hell on them, and you know that's how this book goes. It's a short read, very action packed, very action oriented, and I don't know if this is the first part, or I mean, this could be its own book for all I know. Story and art by John Cohen, and it doesn't tell me if it's a one of one story or if it is because it says the end right here, so it could be its own standalone story, and this could be the only one that's out there right now, and this could be something that they are looking to produce in the future under Antarctic Press title. And so the two get together at the end. Soon after the warehouse, they go to a party, and of course, Morgan doesn't want to go in police gear. So, you know, so it's an interesting story. It's well written. It is, the artwork is pretty cool. It is pretty quick. It could have been longer. There could have been more, set up for each of the storylines that we're going through in here. And then you have the young reader crowd for the next section in this book. You've got Tractorland, and it is geared more toward children, if you will, right here. So as you can see, you get Tractorland in here. And basically it's about um oh, excuse me, not land, Tractor Lad. I can't read. From small seeds, big heroes grow, part 1. So there's going to be more parts to this one. And the opening page for Tractor Lad shows what's getting ready to happen inside the book. And with this, if you have young readers, this one would be fun for them because it involves adventure, maps, meteorite type stuff, tractors, farm, all that good stuff. It almost gives you the feeling of a young Clark Kent, if you will, watching Dad do his thing on the combine and thresh the wheat. And he's sitting on an old tractor and reminiscing, and Mom's asking, or he's asking Mom, do you ever think we'll get this old rusty thing running? The old John Deere looking tractor that he's sitting on. It's all busted down, flat tires. bicycle tires on the front. But as you go through the story, you see the villain, if you will, breaking into a barn right here. And again, it's action oriented to a point because I mean it's showing you things in here to keep you wanting to go further in the book. Um, and so like in this page that I just showed you, the villain is in there snipping a line on the combine. It looks like one of the drive belts is that he snipped. But he also has this map in hand because apparently there's something out in the field that he doesn't want anybody else to find that he's looking for himself. So as he's running away, he drops a map. Well, the boy, our hero, Tractor Lad, um, is awakened in the middle of the night and he sees this meteor coming down. Well, he goes out to the field where it lands and he finds this stuff, this meteorite looking rock right here. I'm not going to show you the whole thing. And he puts it away. Things happen. He wakes up the next day after having a dream of the John Deere looking tractor all fixed and clean and pretty. And again, this would be great for a young reader. And so then he finds the meteorite has transformed into something else. And then he too turns into a superhero because he sees his dad getting bullied by the same person that dropped the map. Well, of course, he does his thing, helps his dad, and it goes to end of part one. This one is, again, for a young reader who loves imagination and comics, because this would be right up his alley, or her alley. Tractor Lad. It gives them the imagination and the ability to be their own superhero, which we all can be our own superhero because we can be somebody else's superhero as well. And that's what this story is about, is becoming a superhero in your own eyes. And then you've got just a piece of artwork added into it, and I don't know if it's again in the book or not, but Pulp Culture, Cakes, Comics, and Canvas 2024. They have Tomorrow X. So I don't know if this was a new character that they were producing or Tomorrow, Tomorrow Guy, Tomorrow Man, whatever he's called. But this is their character workup for that character there. Someone drew this up and they included it in the PDFs. So I don't know again if this is all one book, because if it is, it's 45 pages, which isn't horrible for a comic book because most comic books run that on their own. So you've got 3 different stories inside of this one book. Tomorrow Girl, number 11, right here. And so with that, we look from beginning to end. And like I told you, you've got your harsh, as you can see right here, just better than the picture that I showed you. You've got on your cover, you've got your harshness. You don't have a smooth transition between and I'm going to move out the way so I can talk about it. You don't have your smooth transitions, as you can see right here. They are harsh lines, but in the book itself, the whole smoothing of the transitions and the from lights to darks is really nice. But on the cover, it's a little bit harsh. That's my only drawback to this whole thing. Is just the cover. And the cover is catching because there's a lot of action happening between 3, or there's actually 4 different characters on the cover. You got El Lobo Blanco down here. You've got Winter Wolf over here. You got Tomorrow Girl here, and then you've got Pandora up here. And didn't mean to grab her chest there, but so you've got all these characters on the cover, action happening. Pandora's coming in to take out Tomorrow Girl. You've got the other antagonist heroes in the back with Winter and El Blanco off to my left. And so with that, this is a very well written book all the way through, including the two extra stories in there with your Domo police and your tractor lad. And so it's worth the pickup. Now, if you haven't gotten to Antarctic Press before, they've been around for a very, very long time. Like I said, this is the 40th anniversary of Antarctic Press. So this is 2025. So just think back 40 years ago. I was still alive. Man, that smoke is just thick. Yes, I left the broadcast booth because there was smoke in the air. And as old as my house is, it could be my house. Which would not be good because I'm afraid it would go up pretty quick with just as old as the walls are and stuff like that. So, but get into Antarctic Press, antarcticpress.com, and let them broaden your mind and horizons on what they've got. Gold Digger, Ninja High School, Tomorrow Girl, um, and now some new titles apparently coming into their fold, which will be cool. With Domo Police, which I don't know if that's going to be a continuation or an ongoing story type thing, or if that's just a one-off. And then tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but Tractor Lad, we saw that was a part one, and so there's more parts to that going to happen because it didn't finish up in this first part uh, as he ran off the villain, and so we still have to figure out what that villain is after in the fields and things of that nature. So that ends our segment on Antarctic Press. So if you're here for that, I appreciate it, and so does Ben Dunn. Ben Dunn appreciates you being here, getting a review, an honest review on the comic book and the action adventure that's going on in their world. And I'm not, biased by it because he wants honest reviews, and I gave my honest reviews of the story. And like I said, the harshness of the coloring on the cover could have been better. And I'm not being harsh at all. It's just that whenever you are a publication that's been around for as long as they have, and I've seen a lot of their other covers, um, they aren't as harsh as this. So uh, they've got a lot of smooth transitioning when it comes to the colors on the cover. Now, like I said, once you get into the book and start reading the story, and you start looking at the images on the page, that everything transitions nicer in there. Everything's smoother, cleaner, all that good stuff. Now, I will say, Ben, that there are a few typos in there, double words happening in there, and those could be fixed as well. But the other two stories, standalone stories, from Domo Police to Tractor Lad, very well done. Uh, and it's better than some of the even independent stuff that I see out there. And Antarctic Press is an independent title that has been around for 40 years. So that's a testament in and of itself. So if you need to go see what they've got, go to antarcticpress.com and you can check out their stuff, or just search Tomorrow Girl and it will take you to Antarctic Press in all of its glory everywhere. So as promised, we're going to talk my artwork. We're going to show you Mr. David over here and how he's coming along. A lot of glow in the dark stuff happening right here on this one. Hopefully you can still hear me. Happening with this one. I'm going to show you this up here top. So he's coming along nicely. The highlights and all this stuff glows in the dark that you're seeing here, including his eyes, are going to glow in the dark and look killer under black light. We're going to add an element to this. We're going to add his hair going on up, so I'm going to add some other elements as well to the top painting. The owner that this is going to asked for me to go ahead and put his hair on another canvas up top. And I did draw it a little bit bigger than I wanted to, but it requires it. It asks for it. That the canvas tells you what it wants, and that's what the canvas wanted. And so that's what the canvas got. And so I did joke around with him. I told him that I'd call up Guy Fiore and be like, "Hey, I need to borrow some of your hair so I can make David's hair here like it's supposed to." And he laughed about that, so that was good. But I appreciate each and every one of you being here. Um, for 412 Productions, The Art of Monty Anderson, we talk comic books, and we're going to be talking more comic books on up and coming releases from different publications inside of Antarctic Press. Ben Dunn reached out to his public and asked for influencers or people that had podcasts and or um, my ears are disappearing. Why? Because I've got headphones on today. That had a YouTube channel, TikTok lives, Facebook lives, any of that type of thing, to do an honest review of the work in the book, and he would give us, a platform. He would add our social medias to the the website and give us shout outs. So hopefully that helps all of us out in the long run. Gets more viewership to me, and it gets more readers to him. So go check out Antarctic Press. Now, like I talked about uh, 2 days ago, which is now March. It's crazy, isn't it? On the 27th, we talked about showing off some of my own artwork so we can get it into your hands. There's a lot. I mean, just right here, I've got three um, binders, portfolios alone. And that one's still a work in progress. Of just artwork. Sorry. This is my 9 by 12 book right here. This starts out, hopefully you can still hear me. This starts out with, of course, Negan and, there we go. This is going to be difficult. Maybe I should just turn green screen off completely. Oh, I'm disappearing. Oh, going into the future, the past, I don't know. You got Robin and Batgirl, the 1960s versions. Then you got Luke and Greedo. Then you got an old Ben and a young Ben. You guys can't see it up there, I know. Then you got Grogu right there. Then you got some Vampirella right here. Everybody needs some Vampirella in their life, especially the butt cheeks over here. Then another Vampirella. And then this one, J. Scott Campbell actually commented on. Very well known artist. He wanted people to redo his style. And so I redid his style, this version of my black cat, on all of the diamonds and jewels that she has gathered over the years. And he really loved it and commented about it. And then you've got Pat Bat over here. And then you've got X23, Laura Kinney. Then you've got my take on Cable, but it is Dirty Harry style with Clint Eastwood. Right there. And you've got Cruella, the Emma Stone version. And then Sting. Anybody like Sting out there? ECW, from WWE to ECW. And then you got Ash from The Evil Dead right there. I was supposed to meet Mr. Bruce Campbell, but he didn't show up at the show that I was at, so that one just kind of sat here. And then this is my Batman work in progress right here. And then we flip past these two pages into the Black Butler Savage Wolverine. My Pooverine right here. I actually drew this, not this particular one. My very first one I drew up before Disney bought Marvel. So that was kind of like a premonition. I did a whole amalgam universe between Marvel characters and Disney characters. And then my Sasquatch flipping people off right there. But for those of you up top, that's my Pooverine right there. drinking his honey beer. And that's it in my 9x12s. So if you saw anything in there that you wanted, hit me up. That's my newest book. That's my older book. Yeah, this is my newer stuff. Okay. Oh. Now we get into the big 11x15s. Dexter Morgan, anybody? Right there. You guys can see Dexter up there. And I don't even know if I'm going to be able to hold this up and have this receive. I don't know. I guess it still receives. And then you've got the Beast and Bishop right there. Let's see if I can do this. You can't. You guys can't see it. I'm sorry. You got Gambit, Doctor Doom. You got my copy, and it's my original, but it is of Yondu from MCU, which is Michael Rooker. And I did a whole bunch of things from his portrayal in The Walking Dead as Merle to one of his earlier films in a western, and then of course his character in DC Suicide Squad right there. So, and it is autographed by him, by Michael Rooker. So those of you up here can see that Michael Rooker autograph right there, and then you guys down here, right there, Michael Rooker autograph right there. But this one's staying with me unless somebody offers me a substantial amount of money, because it was kind of expensive to get his signature. And then I've got Magic in human and demon form from Marvel Universe. And then I also have Miles Morales, a very cool stylized, and I have Ben Dunn's Tomorrow Girl in here as well. So there's the Miles Morales, and then there's the Tomorrow Girl, and then you guys down here. If I can get this to lay in here like I want it to, which it's not going to because it does not like me for whatever reason, I'm going to stop that because this is annoying. I have to take off the green screen and all that good stuff, and I don't want to. But I have a ton of stuff that's up for sale, up for grabs. So if you are interested in anything that I possibly have, please hit me up. Um, let's see here. You saw David working on my own comic book, which I doubt will be inside of Antarctic Press because I'm doing my own independent thing under my 412 Productions moniker. And so with that, there's a lot of homesteading going on. So I need some backers. I need some sponsors. I need some money coming in. So I contacted the waste management services around here, and just going to the landfill with everything that I need to get off of the back end of my property that I'm opening up, that I was hoping was not mine, but ended up being mine anyway. And the two previous owners just dumped a ton of trash over the fence, the back fence. And so I'm the one that's getting to clean it up. And on that note, I'll be broke in 2 days. Just hauling stuff to the dump. Because it's $45 a load every time you go to the dump. And that ain't feasible. I mean, just 2 loads will be $100 with taxes and all that stuff. And so that's a no-go. Next is, I've already got one trailer load completely full, so I'm going to have to haul it off anyway. The next thing will be just fill up as many trash cans as possible, take them all up to the front of the property, and empty them, or not empty them, but take the trash cans and dump them into the waste containers up front, and have them hauled off every week, only once a week. Or my other option is to get into a 3-year contract at $150 a month for a 2-yard dumpster. That isn't horrible, but at $150 a month times 12, it would just be cheaper to get their 10-yard dumpster at $700, which is actually under $700. But this is why I need some sponsors. I need money from you guys out there so that I can rent this stupid dumpster and get rid of all this trash. Because otherwise, it's just a long, drawn-out process of filling the bags, loading up the trailer, taking the trailer up front, unloading the bags, put as many trash bags, which or 55 gallons, by the way, into the dumpster to be picked up every Monday. And that's just going to be a pain in the ass. Um, I wish they would have taken care of the problem before I bought the property, but they did not. But the joys of homesteading. I haven't found any real gems in there. The only thing I found is a bunch of old, and some of you probably won't even know what they are. 3.5-inch floppy disk that used to hold 1.44 megabytes worth of information on them. So whenever you got a program that you would push this into your computer for, you had probably 10 to 12 disks for one program. And once that one was done, it would pop out. You would pull it out, stick your other one in once it was done, and so on and so forth until all 12 were loaded into the computer. That's been about the only real treasure that I found so far. Um, it's just a huge mess. I've been clearing the property. I was hoping to go already have the yard area tilled for the new garden back there, but that isn't happening at this particular excuse me moment. Um, just because of the whole garbage that we have to claw our way through. Um, that I wish was not my problem, but unfortunately it is. So that's something I'll be looking at, and I will probably end up getting the 10-yard dumpster, which holds 1 ton of trash, which I'm pretty sure I don't have a ton of trash back there, but I might, unfortunately. Um, and of course, if you go over a tonnage, they will charge you $55 a ton over, and unfortunately, you're not there whenever they weigh this. So they could come back and say, hey, you owe us $300 because you were this much over the limit, you know. And that's the bad thing about that is they're the ones hauling it off. They're the ones telling you that it's an honor system, and we know how some people's honor is in today's society. Oh well, we can make money because he's not gonna know, or they're not gonna know that this is what it weighed. So I'm gonna call around to some other places to see what I can come up with or find out there because if I can find another 2-yard dumpster that I don't have to rent for 3 years at a decent price, that's probably what I'll go with. But right now, that is looking like one of my only options is to get that dumpster, have it put at the front of my property, and emptied out, every week at $150 a month. So, but it's neither here nor there. It's my problem. But I need money from sponsors like you out there that want to help my artwork go farther and my homestead because we're getting more chickens. We've got some chickens that are getting bigger. Our little Iams Samanis, they're all black chickens, and we will create zombie chickens once we get some white leghorns to go with them. Um, Today is probably going to be a rest day for me, most likely. I've been pushing my body pretty hard. I'm pretty sore. Uh, got burns all over my body, cuts, everything else. This is from a burn barrel that's out back. And I'm burning off the dead sticks and stuff like that are out in that field, as well as any of the foliage and stuff that's been cut down. But it's fun. I love it. If I'm not bleeding when I come out of working in the yard, I haven't worked in the yard. That's just my opinion to it all. And but it's looking really cool back there. It's looking really nice. I do have to move one post over because I am a little bit over on my property on the property line of my neighbor's property line. But so today is probably going to be a rest day for me. We are going to lunch with the girlfriend's friends, um, and basically they're like family. I mean, her sister is going, so that is family, which will be right after she gets off of work, roughly about 2 o'clock ish. And she gets off at 1, but gives her time to come home, clean up, and then we go out and party. No, not really. We're not going to be drinking. We're not going to be doing crazy episodes. But I look forward. This year is turning into something cool, something special, and it is just all around being fun again. The past few years were fun too, but it was just a different fun because yes, I was at comic book conventions. I would probably be at a comic book convention right now this weekend um, if I was going to comic book conventions. But I decided this year is my rebuild year, and I'm not doing conventions this year at all. Um, I'm gonna do this little swipey swipe just to see if I've had any questions. I don't think I have. And that's fine if you don't have any questions. I just appreciate each and every one of you stopping in and checking things out. Because periodically from now on, every Friday, a new batch of comics will drop for us to review. Now, again, I don't know how many people he has contacted to do this. In fact, I could probably check. But I mean, I don't know how many people he contacted to do this review. But I'm gonna check real fast because maybe it will show me how many recipients. If you're having trouble loading, no, it's my internet. It's crap, and I can't get a different one. No, that's me. Go back. See my inbox. Good Lord, you're running like pond water. Jeez. All right. Once this gets back to it, I will. And see, it shouldn't even be that logo over here, you jerk. Yeah, I'm talking to my computer. I do that a lot. But I'm Monty Anderson with 412 Productions. We just got finished talking about um, the Tomorrow Girl number 11. And now we have moved on to my segment, which is I almost hate this new format that they've got. Where the heck is that? Da, 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 get rid of this, get rid of this, All right, so I can't tell exactly how many he sent this out to, and I'm looking. Don't care about that. Okay, so there ain't nothing free, people. Come on. I've been trying to win a bunch of free books, and that ain't happening either. So, okay, so it looks like he sent it out to several people. So there's other people also doing some reviews of Tomorrow Girl. So I'm not the only one, and I knew I wasn't the only one. But you can always hope, right? I'm actually trying to look. I can't tell right off the bat because I think I'm in um, the realm of show you everybody. But it is fun. It's going to be cool as we get further into this and I get better, acquainted with his stiff. And not that I'm not familiar because I've been pretty familiar with his stuff. So, but yeah, it's no, I don't want to look at you. Yes, again, I'm talking to my computer just because it is. But it's gonna be fun, and it's gonna be cool, and I'm enjoying this so far because I'm also hopefully going to be on some of his covers. Ben Dunn's covers in the Antarctic Press World, and so that is going to be cool. And I'm hoping that it is lucrative for both of us. That the stuff that I talk about with the real down and dirty about his books gets readers like you guys over to his page to Antarctic Press, and you start looking at the comics. Again, they do have online versions of everything with PDFs, and then they also have the physical copies there of the books themselves. So, excuse me. Um, go check it out, antarcticpress.com. And he's going to be driving business to me as well. And that's cool in and of itself. Because with that being done like that, I get more viewership on all of my social medias as well. And that's a plus all the way around because maybe someone that goes to my actual website will contact me about artwork that I have up for sale. And that is the whole thing in being here is selling my artwork. And I'm hoping that you guys too will find something that you like by going to my social media up there, and going to my website, and going to my page and checking out all the stuff there. And from there, you can contact me about anything that I've got, including the stuff that I have here. And I know we couldn't show it here because of green screen, so maybe the next live that we go on, we won't do the green screen. And I just take my whole backdrop that I've got going on, which is basically you'll be looking at my ceiling, and it's a work in progress ceiling. It's not a painting or anything like that, but it is um, got cracks and stuff in it that have the ceiling over the top of it, just so that I can be painted later on. And it's been that way for a while because I've got other things to do, um, like clean up a ton of trash out in my backyard. All right, so we're back. We are back. But I appreciate each and every one of you being here, checking things out. I am Monty Anderson with 412 Productions, the art of Monty Anderson, an illustrator, a designer, a combat vet, an actor. Yes, I just finished up doing a voice acting role for a Power Rangers fan film, and that should be coming out later this year. They're about to start filming that movie. And so my voice, not this voice you hear now, is going to be on that movie. So that's going to be awesome. I look forward to seeing that movie as well and hearing myself up on the big screen. But no, it's going to be cool. It's going to be fun. Always acting is always fun. because you get to portray yourself as something you're not. And and the funny thing is, the roles that I've been cast for previously, now two of them were EMTs, so that was a helping role, and I did have a speaking role in one of my friend's films. And then the other one that um, I was cast for originally was an antagonist douchebag boyfriend bad guy, and that nobody liked. And so I guess that's my true persona. I don't know because now I'm a bad guy called Champ in this Power Ranger fan film. So the bad guy role is my new role. No, it's fun. It's cool, and I'm looking forward to it. And I hopefully they are liking the voiceovers that I sent to them. And I've got to send him the rest. I just wanted to make sure that he enjoyed the um, the voiceovers that I did send originally, because I did two different takes of each of the lines in the script. So that was fun. But anyway, again, I appreciate each and every one of you being here with us and with us. My multiple personalities are coming through, huh? With me, it just shows how early it is. And taking your time out of your busy day and schedule. I know it's still early for some of you. Now, depends on which coast you're at. It's late or it's really early for you. We are Central Time Zone here, so it is 4:57 a.m. in the morning, and it is a bright, clear sky outside. Temperatures are going to drop, but it is 51 degrees outside currently. So, put your seat in the upright flying position, and here comes the stupid little puzzle piece from TikTok. Oh, I get to try again because I missed. I missed by a smidge. Oh, it gave me the thumbs up. Oh, it gave me a check mark. No. But seriously, folks, I appreciate each and every one of you being here, stopping in, checking out the channel. And from now on, as long as Mr. Ben Dunn likes what he saw or hears from our broadcast channel about his book, Tomorrow Girl, he will continue to have us, and which draws business my direction and draws business his direction by the 2,000 plus people that are now joining us here live on TikTok. I don't get that many views on Facebook or Instagram, but or YouTube yet, but you can change that. You can go up here to my page, and you really can go up to my page and like, share, and follow, and like, share, and follow here as well. And you'll be able to get more content from Antarctic Press that I will be giving raw reviews about and talking about as we move forward with life. But with that, it is my close of my day. I appreciate each and every one of you stopping in and checking things out. I am not one of those creators that stay on for 3 and 4 hours at a time because I've got real world things to take care of, like a commission sitting over here, and I could paint while I'm doing this. But you guys would just see the side of my head, and over here you'd probably, well, no, it does show my head, but I don't want to show the side of my head. I'd rather show the artwork going and being happening, but I can't do that yet because I've got to figure that out. I've got to get my other program up and running. Probably StreamYard or one of the other ones that allows me to go live and use multiple cameras at the same time. This OBS is a great program because it is free, um, but it's got its limitations, such as I can't do two cameras at once. Um, it used to be able to do that until they changed something in their algorithm or something, and now it only recognizes one camera at a time. Now I've got to go do some more research on that because I'm pretty sure that it possibly can do the two cameras. I just got to figure out my idiocracies and get into the double camera again. So maybe one of these days I will have that figured out, or one of you guys out there that's smarter than I am with technology can say, hey, this is all you got to do in OBS to get your other camera up and running. Yeah, that's all you got to do. Really? So, but I will do more research on that as I do research on everything, as you should do research of your own on pretty much everything that you see, hear, or feel out there in the world. So, but with that, yep, I hear the pig, and it is my time to go. I gotta take the pig out to go potty. So, with that, I will leave you, as I always love to say, we will catch you on the flip side. Have a good day, everybody.